through night. No man travels to light through night to day.
De noche hacia el día.
You see, it doesn't matter where your faith failed in the past.
Verá, no importa donde su fe haya fallado en el pasado.
We don't live in the past, right?
No vivimos en el pasado, ¿verdad?
You can't change yesterday.
Usted no puede cambiar el día de ayer.
You can change tomorrow
Usted puede cambiar el día de mañana
by the decisions you make today.
por las decisiones que haga hoy.
It is foolish to weep over lost opportunities.
Es tonto derramar lágrimas sobre oportunidades perdidas.
It is foolish to wait for the future.
Es tonto esperar hacia el futuro.
The only thing that we can be certain of is the present.
De lo único que podemos estar seguros es del presente.
You see, Paul said here in 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse number 9, "For a great door and effectual open unto me."
Verá, aquí dijo Pablo en 1 de los Corintios 16:9, porque se me ha abierto puerta grande y eficaz.
Paul was writing this letter to the Corinthians from Ephesus.
Pablo estaba escribiendo esta carta a los Corintios desde Efesios.
The believers in Ephesus.
Él quería ir a Efesios.
But he says, I have a great opportunity. There is a door here open, waiting. I'm sorry, I said Ephesus. It's the Corinthians wanted him to come.
Perdón, los Corintios eran los que querían que él fuera.
He was in Ephesus.
Él estaba en Efesios.
And he said to the Corinthians, I want to come, but there's a great door of opportunity. Harsh words.
Aún nos podemos esperar.
Day. Because night cometh.
Viene.
Paul said,
Los adversarios
this week, brother and sister Klink were here.
Esta semana los hermanos Klink estuvieron aquí.
Some of you know brother and sister Klink from Wednesday nights, and they've been here in the morning, in the Sunday service as well at times.
En ocasiones han estado aquí los hermanos Klink y algunos de ustedes los reconocen porque vienen los miércoles.
They're not young anymore.
Ellos ya no están jóvenes.
But brother Klink hasn't realized yet that his body can't do what his mind wants to do.
El hermano Klink no se ha dado cuenta que su cuerpo no puede hacer lo que su mente quiere hacer.
You see, they went 20 years ago to Cuauhtémoc, Mexico.
Verá, ellos fueron hace 20 años a Cuauhtémoc.
They're in their 80s today.
Tienen 80 años ahorita.
And they're realizing that they can't keep doing what they've been doing.
Ellos empiezan a darse cuenta que ya no pueden proseguir haciendo lo que han estado haciendo.
Their desire in Cuauhtémoc was to train national pastors and to start a Bearing Precious Seed Bible printing ministry in the church there.
El deseo de ellos era empezar a plantar iglesias y a continuar con una imprenta de sembrando la semilla preciosa.
2 weeks ago, I unloaded for him off of a semi up at Bearing Precious Seed 2 skids of paper.
Hace 2 semanas bajé yo 2 paletas de papel para él.
I didn't know it at the time that the paper was to go to Cuauhtémoc.
Yo no sabía en ese momento que el papel iba para Cuauhtémoc.
Till Brother Klink called me one day and says, "Hey, has that paper arrived yet?"
Hasta que el hermano Klink me llama y me dice, ¿ya llegó ese papel?
He says, "It was coming on a ProTrans truck."
Venía en una troca ProTrans.
I says, "Well, last week I unloaded 4 skids or 6 skids off of a ProTrans truck, but I don't know what was on the skids. I just unloaded them."
Y yo le contesté, bajé unas paletas, pero no sé qué bajé.
He came on Monday, and we went up to the mission, up to Bearing Precious Seed.
Él vino el lunes y fuimos a revisar.
And we went to look at what I unloaded, and he says, "Yep, sure enough, these 2 skids are mine. That's my paper to take to Mexico."
Y fuimos a revisar y ahí estaban.
He drives an Expedition. He drives a Ford Expedition.
Él trae un vehículo de Ford.
You aren't going to fit those 2 skids of paper in the back of that Ford Expedition.
No van a caber esas dos paletas de papel en ese vehículo.
Each skid this high is somewhere around 6,000 pounds.
Cada paleta trae como 6,000 libras.
Laugh it in boxes so that he could take it in 10 boxes at a time, half a ton at a time into Mexico.
La semana pasada él y su esposa todos los días estuvieron cortando el papel y poniéndolo en cajas para poderlo transportar.
He doesn't want to take more than 10 boxes at a time because it will alert the, not immigration, but the aduana, whatever the Mexican government that he's transporting paper.
No quiere llevar más de 10 cajas para no
Pass, and they're not going to let the...
que la oposición de su edad se los impida.
You see, Paul said there are many adversaries.
Verá, Pablo aquí dijo, hay muchos son los adversarios.
We have opportunities every day, but most of the time I'm guilty of listening to the adversaries instead of taking advantage of the opportunity.
Verá, tenemos oportunidades diariamente, pero yo también le escucho más al adversario.
I even made a phone call in regards to that paper with Brother Klink, and I made a phone call. I says, what would it cost to ship these 2 skids of paper to...
Cajas.
They didn't let the opposition or the adversary stop them.